Alright, we're back and we're doing others instead. So we're gonna do some of this options. Only boom boom. And he destroyed my ears. Alright. If you guys remembered, I played the first one of these games. And I didn't want to play hard mode after I was too hard. So I played one.
In the north, they thought they knew all there was to know of war. Until the War of the Rift. While the Southern King hid, warm in his keep, the Darkwings cut their bloody trail from frozen north to winter's edge. Alone, the Warden and his small garrison turned their whiskers to the icy wind. At the end of hope, in a last barrage, they wiped Batkind from the land and memory. With no sign of the Darkwings' return, in time, few believed them little more than a fairy's tale. But at Mount Cauldron, time had been all they needed. An old enemy claws free of their icy tomb and hungers for vengeance. But not all is lost. King Rattus brings north a cause for hope. A bastard prince, placed in the paws of the Warden of the Wastes to raise as his own. A secret of blood never to be told. Now, fate calls for a hero in a murderous screech, and one young rat will answer.
So my first playthrough is in the past, and this is in the present. Okay. So why did my guy in the past send this guy over here? Was he that like bad of a parent? He also takes inspiration from Game of Thrones. Morning, I get it, bruh.
The stomp of his father's boots on the stair was how every morning began for Arlo. The booming shout to ready himself was louder still. But such was Lord Eivor's zeal at a new day. Dawn was breaking over winter's edge, and Arlo was yet to miss one.
I'm assuming... Holy anti-poison. I don't see a reason not to use that shield. Splinter, axe, dolls. Last time I played, I just enjoyed having the strongest weapon. Jesus. This is gonna be a way different experience, I can tell. Alright, man. I kinda missed what you said, but we'll do it. But we're in it. Compared to the first game, definitely improvements I can see already. I will say it's interesting that we are the bastards, some of the first game protagonists. It's like, what did our protagonists not learn, bro? What the hell?
The castle echoed with the horns of the returning hunters, bringing their night's bounty. Arlo's little heart quickened to hear it. The only thrill to be found inside the high walls was a hunter's tales of what lay beyond them.
Alright then.
Arlo tells himself it's a good life here in Winter's Edge. The bustling of contented rat folk, the crisp mountain air, and without the endless scourge of frogs the southerners suffer. Why should he want for more?
Oh, so we were staying here because of the frogs. Okay.
Arlo has no memory of his mother, but Hilda's food was a true taste of maternal kindness. With the right ingredients, she would make meals nourishing to body and soul.
Feed time. Books. Over there.
Tiki's shop was perhaps Arlo's favorite, as the shopkeeper had wares from far and wide. But getting him to part with his curiosities was never easy. There was no time for tales of the hunt today. Lord Eivor was already dividing what was an excellent haul, happy to see his people provided for. Arlo longed only to join the hunt, to see the Ratdom or even the lands beyond. His father called it a fool's wish. Arlo's destiny was unshakable, much like the keep that would become his by birthright.
Look, I get this stuff away, basically. Hold on. Okay.
Chief Mason Leaf was the rat Arlo most admired. As younger brother to Lord Eivor, his carefree uncle never faced the burden of being warden of the wastes. With walls this strong, his duties were light, leaving him plenty of time for his nephew. Krunk was a rat's rat, with no interests beyond his forge. If you have the parts, this master crafts rat can make armor and weapons that would see off a sky scorcher bite, or so he claims. Arlo wondered how well they'd do against something that wasn't a myth.
So this can upgrade. But then it just becomes... Oh, I get it now. That's kind of weird to think about in my head. Like, this goes to that, goes to that. Okay. Interesting. It also means there's a lot of simpleness to this game. Like, legendaries. If I just grind them up. Last game you had to find them, which was much more like exploration and promoted. This is definitely just like gathering promoted. What am I using right now? I don't even know. Oh, this. don't see the axe here. There's too much to even know about. Holy. That's the axe, maybe. Okay. Grab the piece of gear to continue. Grab a spear. A poison spear. This one goes with damage. I like poison, I guess. Yep, sure. Yeah, this game has way different layout buttons from last time.
The hunters had brought unwelcome news. A family of the reviled creatures ratfolk called backstabbers had moved into the wastes. Eivor told his son to fetch his weapons.
Okay. This gives you less weight, electricity resistance, less weight resistance. That's like a big what if. Big what if. What if I get that? What if I get that? Like. I like it so far though. It's pretty different from last time. Yet the same at the same time. The same core, I think, is in this game. Do not go. So you told me I can't go because you broke the damn thing. Great.
His father had no explanation for suddenly taking Arlo on a hunt. It even gave the hunters pause. Arlo had been taught to fight, and better than most. But rarely had he been tested. He was determined to prove himself. The rugged terrain of the outskirts could have taken all day to traverse. But Arlo's trusty grappling hook allowed him to swing between its many crevices.
Wait a minute. There's double hand, and that way I can break this. I get it now. Damn, we got so much gear now. Like, bro, we're starting off rich, bro. Holy. What is this? Backstabber. Strength, electricity, weakness. So we got weakness for him, okay. Active during the day. Outskirts. Huh. Bestiary beast. Okay. I didn't know I have to press it that way. Alright, I thought
Arlo
jump
liked
and press
the
it.
feel of a sharp axe cutting through the vines. The wilds were part of his home, and nothing in them would frighten him. The famous frostberry bushes of the wastes were in full fruit already. Their juice made a healthy tonic, though Lord Eivor preferred them fermented. His father was a sturdy rat, built for strength, not speed. So Arlo found it curious that he challenged him to a race. The prospect of the hunt had filled Lord Eivor with a vigor that his son had not seen in years, or at least since breakfast.
Okay.
A warden fights the hardest battles, he told Arlo, and needs the sharpest blade. With that, Eivor gifted Arlo his own sharpening whetstone. Whether these beasts were named for their spines or for some past unforgivable deed, no rat knew. Either way, Arlo was about to find himself at the pointy ends of this brood. Even young backstabber red attacks were brutal, but a well-timed dodge would see Arlo escape unscathed. This backstabber lived up to its name with its deadly white attack. But Arlo's shield could block the deadly spikes. This young one used vicious yellow attacks. Arlo had to time his parries perfectly.
Okay, I think it's just better just ban it.
This mother had left her young to fight alone, but the same could not be said of Lord Eivor as he leapt to his son's side. was Lord Eivor's mighty blade that took her head, but the fight was won together.
Okay. Now these electricity. Oh no. I haven't met anything that's like, oh, I need to use this or not.
Arlo basked in his father's pride, almost as warm as at the fire inside Winter's Edge. Nothing happened. Triumphant and keen to tell the tale of his son's victories, Lord Eivor set to a night of drinking with the elders. Arlo was reluctant to return to his bed, wondering how long he must wait to hunt again. The booming footsteps that woke him this time were nothing like those of his father. Found his father. The warden stood alone, holding back a whole Dark Wing army, their cool Count Kazak leading them. His father charged, but the Dark Wing Count was as fast as he was strong. The Winter's crown tumbled to Arlo's feet, now without a head to rest on. There was no time to grieve his father, as from above the Count revealed his greatest weapon, a sky scorcher. Not a fairy's tale, but an undead beast whose very breath could level kingdoms. And its eye was trained on Arlo. All that came next was a fog of bloodlust, snapping jaws, and the beating of leathery wings. But there could be no victory. Arlo awoke, groggy and warm to his father's shouts. Only he wasn't in bed. The warmth was from the fire that had engulfed Winter's Edge, and the shouts were his uncle's. The only other survivor of the Darkwing attack, Leaf was bruised and his hind paws barely steady. He'd seen villagers flee to the outskirts. Arlo knew it was up to him to make them safe. He'd know these anywhere. Krunk's smithy hammer and Hilda's chef's knife. Arlo wondered why they would leave them here.
Okay. So I got one question in my mind. Does it mean that, like, why am I white, bro? If my father is actually not, because the one that supposed to be adopted me, does it mean because I was close with him that my guy changed? Or, I don't know. It's interesting to notice that. It's a good piece here. They're weak to fire, so better resist fire. Okay. I got it. With the attack at Winter's Edge, no hunters had come to check their traps. Arlo thought he might find a use for them.
friends had fled. The taunting shrieks revealed that this was Baron Frostovic, son of the Darkwing who took his father, and therefore, a perfect target for his revenge. His foe was beaten, but seeing what had been inflicted on Hilda and Krunk, Arlo's need for vengeance was only growing. Arlo suddenly wished to be within the walls of Winter's Edge, to hear the boot and boom of his father at dawn, a sound he realized he'd never hear again. He needed to return to whatever was left and make his plan.
So, okay, they just pretty much murdered everybody. Spent from his journey, Arlo fell into his father's chair, the one thing still standing in the ashy ruin.
It was his chair now, along with the title of Warden of the Wastes. Arlo's shoulders slumped at the weight of it, but only for a moment. The Dark Wings had nearly scorched the ratdom to ash before, and now it was for him to stop them. He was going to rebuild Winter's Edge, a beacon of hope from which to drive back the shadow. This much Arlo knew. No rat would rebuild Winter's Edge on an empty stomach. The kitchen had to be fixed and stocked. Leaf suggested Arlo visit the Night Eyes of the Golden Forest, known for their hearty food. Arlo hoped rat wasn't the key ingredient. The smoke had attracted help in the unlikely form of a pirate. Captain Blacktail had seen many towns razed in his years, usually by his own paw, a fact he chose not to mention as he offered his services. The ship King Rattus's Revenge would take the young warden wherever he had need to go.
Okay.
The autumnal gold canopy glimmered in the sunlight, held high by the silver boughs. There was no denying the wonder of the Golden Forest. The peace Arlo found beneath the leaves was not to last. A shrill cry cut through the calm, a call for help. The hoots came from inside the bug farm, along with a stench of pond scum and villainy. A frog trap.
Weakness, and the big one is electricity and fire and poison. Okay. Holy. Holy info.
The peace Arlo found beneath the leaves was not to last. A shrill cry cut through the calm, a call for help. The hoots came from inside the bug farm, along with a stench of pond scum and villainy. A frog trap. Grateful for her rescue, Erica the Ranger offered to guide Arlo to the hidden village of Nestminster. Nestminster's entrance was guarded. Under their helmet, the eyes of the guards seemed to glow. Was he prey walking into a hunter's camp? Arlo could not help but gasp at the sight. He had never seen a place so ornately crafted. It was nothing like the cold stone of home.
What a nice place they got here.
The
Huh?
Parliament was deep in session when Erica and Arlo entered. The Night Eye elders listened, still as statues, to the pleading of a chef whose daughter Frey was missing. Erica threw herself forward, proclaiming she would rescue the chef's daughter and needed no help. Then she was gone, leaving Arlo to face the elders alone. The elders' staring eyes unnerved Arlo, but when they asked him to protect Erica, he did not refuse. Frey's father told them she wanted fish for a new soup recipe. He told her never to go to the dangerous Moonlight Pond, but she was stubborn as she was brave. The chef handed Arlo a few poison antidotes without explanation. Arlo wondered what could go in soup that would have him so scared. Erica said they must be as stealthy as the owls of old. She gave him a bow carved from the silver boughs, quiet as a whisper and deadly as a talon.
Okay.
white feather. Erica knew it was Frey's. They were on the right path.
I was like trying to figure out how to use a bow. I'm like, how do I use a bow? That thing is just gonna break, bro.
A frog scouting party squatted in the mushroom farm. Arlo's arrows would make swift work of them.
Alright, this weapon does actually no damage.
The farmers emerged, shaken but grateful. Arlo had never met stripe snouts before. Badger brothers Marco and Lorenzo's keen eyes had seen Frey go by, headed for the pond.
There's a lot more animals in this universe now. Down south must be just rats and frogs, because damn, up here is everything. Well, there was another civilization. I forgot. Was it the squirrels? I don't remember.
At Moonlight Pond, Frey was already preparing to
There's
leave.
two other ones, yeah.
Her hunt, it seemed, was not done. With a hoot about an egg, she was gone.
Holy miss, bro. How am I just launching myself?
The farmer card. What it lacks in power, it makes up for in its positive qualities.
So what does it even do? Okay.
The sky flashed with a blinding light. Suddenly, towering before him stood an imposing figure, his flaming sword heating the air around Arlo. Thrusting his sword into the air, the stranger imparted his gift onto the young warden.
What did he give me? Fire?
Arlo could feel the stranger's gift pulsing through his body, filling him with a burning desire to avenge his father and rid the North of the Darkwing scum. Tunnels are rarely used by Night Eyes, who prefer an open sky above. Arlo knew dangerous creatures lurked in such dark places.
Oh, that's how you mine it. You just hit pressing X. I thought you had to do more. He's on a weight limit, right? Guess not. What is that? Reptiles. Fire electricity. Again, what in the Maloney? Baloney. What am I finding as loot out here? I feel like the weapon doesn't even matter. You just need high DPS at this point. Holy, no difference. need an owl skull. Is this Brody? So for this, you free from paralyzes. Plus 5 fire, minus 3. This is more damage. Thanks, Brody. Do that.
Found a whole nest of eggs. She was uninterested in who the owner might be, but the mother slither scale was very interested in her.
God damn it. I couldn't dodge and die. That's why I hate boss battle. Like, what is that speed for that attack? God damn speed attack.
Side by side, Erica and Arlo forced the slither scale from its lair. Erica would not leave Frey to travel alone. They would see him back at the Parliament.
Okay. What's gonna be done here? There's the daytime system. What am I on the clock here?
Erica and Frey held wings as they asked Arlo and the elders for their blessing. They wanted to leave and start their own kitchen at Winter's Edge. All agreed. Arlo hoped slither scale eggs would not be on the menu.
Okay. Shit, I'll take it. +5 minus that. Yeah, 1.
Arlo was keen to head home, but an owl called Sigrid stopped him. As Chancellor, she had a budget for someone to deal with the local slither scale problem. If he wanted the job, he best join her in the Rangers Guild.
Clay bring all the farmers have noticed that the clay attracts new bugs. So gun? Gun? I hear gun. I don't know about you, but I heard gun. If you have 2, can you sell 1, right? I guess. Yeah, gun is okay. I made profit. Okay. All items. Why are you writing that when I do? But I'm going.
small rangers had been hunting all night, following the sounds of 1,000 tiny feet. This was a battle they did not wish to do alone. Arlo wondered how many they would be facing. Arlo had heard the sniffling of the heron leagues away. Ernest was the most skilled fisherman in the rat dump, or had been. In between sobs, he told Arlo he'd dropped his best rod in a well. The warden offered to find it, if only to stop the noise.
Busy house, you know. Gotta like do stuff here and there. So we got on the crows. Did we kill one of them before? I'm not gonna question it. And then we got this guy's quest. Holy quest, bro. This game is definitely gonna be one of those games I play so long because it's gonna have so much to do. This is a nice game for sure. So far, enjoyable. I don't even talk because I'm just like trying to understand what's going on. Hey guys, what's going on? Can you go there? Oh, not bad. Not bad, G. I didn't know I was not allowed. They don't like my kind in there. Is it? That's one way to get there. Back in the original game, guns were always overpowered range. Like, you would always pick gun. Just because one hit would just do so much damage. It was not any reason not to. Are these birds? That's not a bird. What is that? What was that thing, man? I just killed a goddamn flying saucer. We not gonna talk about it? Alright, alright. I guess I just killed him for the fun of the game. Bro does not know what that is. It is just there. Brody said, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. Talk about, yeah, I don't know, man, either.
deeds. Northerners called them a death march. They would march no more when the warden was done.
Fire. I'll see why not.
The first nest was destroyed. As a way to pay for the keep, he relished the challenge and almost wished there were more than one nest left.
At this. I'm about to end soon. I'm gonna put the bot up, probably post it on YouTube. Don't know how it look. It probably look like crap because of the stream stuff that I have right there. Thanks, bro. I'll take the fast travel point any day. Waste my resources, I don't you? You know what I mean? Get off the chair, bro. You got it. Jeez. What is it again? What do you want? I need your fishing rod anywhere? Okay. That's what I gotta do if I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Where were those beasties, huh? Electricity is just doing well for me. I can see him, so I'm gonna assume they got attacked, right?
Arlo braced for an onslaught of tiny, deadly feet, but the second nest was empty. As he started to destroy the nest, he felt the fur on the back of his neck stand on end.
the spam? Why do they always do the same thing? I hate getting projectile spammed, but when I do it, it's like, bro, you do enough. I thought it would be an easy fight, and it's just a fucking boss fight. Alright. Bro, I can't. It's these buttons, bro. I'm not good used to them. Not only that, why does it gun not be back?
Arlo understood now how one beast beast could feel like an army. He wondered if he would get a bonus for felling this giant as well.
What I need is like my time back. Holy. Okay. Just quick look at the responses on the sheet. They're corny at hell, bro. Alright. Didn't I build this too? Oh my god, man. How many do I got out here? Alright. Okay. I got 3 different levels. There we go. They're all built. They're all built. And there's the scaly boys. Only got left of those 2. They're better. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. Okay.
Despite destroying the nests, the sounds of hundreds of feet could still be heard in the Golden Forest. They had to be cleared out, and Arlo was quick to volunteer.
This is about to be it. Let me see if the game loaded correctly. 4%. 4%? Wait, what? Wait, what? Yep. About right. Next time we get on, it's gonna be the biggest. Excuse of goddamn so much shit to do and nowhere to go. Alright. I'm gonna end this here. Thanks for watching if you have been the whole time. If you haven't been watching, what have you been doing, bro? Get in the streams. Stop watching days after.